Ever wonder why it seems impossible to keep up with the magic of Curry, Lillard, and Booker? When Steph Curry is being guarded, he moves an average of 1.3 miles per game off the ball, nearly 30% more than the average NBA guard. This relentless movement doesn't just tire defenders out, it leaves them scrambling mentally, gasping for air. Look at Curry, man. After just 6 minutes of chasing Curry, reaction times drop by nearly 15%, leading to critical mistakes. We're breaking down how these stars exploit that exhaustion to create open shots, leaving even the most elite defenses in disarray. So what makes guarding them so impossible? And how can it even be done? Most defenders focus on the ball handler, but elite shooters win battles before they even touch the ball. NBA tracking data shows Steph Curry averages 1.7 seconds of movement before each catch and shoot attempt, twice the league average. This consistent motion overwhelms defenders, forcing them to process multiple inputs, screen locations, teammate positioning, and shooter tendencies, all at once. Humans can only track 3 to 4 moving objects at a given time, and Curry exploits this limitation like a computer overloading with too many tasks. Curry's relocation sprints force defenders to scramble 2 to 3 times per possession. He'll dart towards the corner, plant hard, then reverse to the wing, creating decision fatigue as defenders struggle to keep up. Lillard, on the other hand, plays a different game. He strolls casually for a few steps, then explodes into a sprint, throwing off defenders' rhythm like a glitch in the Matrix. That unpredictability isn't just a tactic, it's a weapon. It breaks timing, disrupts coverage, and leaves defenders guessing at shadows. Booker takes a different route. One rooted in deception. He locks his eyes on one spot, selling the illusion he's heading that way, then bolts in the opposite direction. Neuroscience research shows this misdirection causes a 200 millisecond delay in defender reaction, just enough for Booker to carve out the space. What ties all 3 stars together is this: the shot doesn't start with the ball, it starts with your mind. They don't just run plays, they hijack attention, bend reaction times, and turn split seconds into scoring gold. And the numbers don't lie. Curry averages 1.2 seconds of clean separation before releasing a shot, half a second more than the average NBA guard. Lillard generates 28% more open looks when he changes speeds instead of staying steady. Booker's visual trickery buys him an extra 0.3 seconds, just enough to raise and fire uncontested. At this level, a fraction of a second isn't small. It's everything. It's the difference between a hand in your face and 3 points on the board. What makes these players truly lethal isn't just in the technique, it's the stack. Curry might sprint into a fake, then cut back again before the defense can even blink. Lillard slows to bait a switch, then bursts past the screen. Booker lays head fakes, like chess moves, one after another, before making his final cut. This isn't just skill, people, it's sequencing, and when defenders are forced to process 5 moves in the space of 1, mistakes aren't just possible, they're guaranteed. Standard screen usage follows predictable patterns, but elite shooters like Curry, Lillard, and Booker turn the simple pick into an art form. While traditional screen theories aim for 2 to 3 feet of separation, Curry shatters that average. He creates 4.1 feet, the most amongst high-volume shooters. But it's how he does it that matters. Picture a chess master making 4 moves at once. Curry fakes high, cuts low, changes ankles mid-step. His micro-adjustments confuse defenders who are stuck playing checkers while he's playing 4D chess. Is this the Curry era? Lillard's magic lies in controlling momentum. As he comes off a screen, he reads his defender like a book. If they chase over the top, he slams the brakes or darts the other way, using their speed against them. Defenders either crash into the screen or stumble trying to recover. When he directs their momentum, tracking data shows Lillard creates 22% more open looks than the standard cuts. He doesn't just take what the defense gives him, he weaponizes their overcommitment. Booker's approach is more surgical. He amplifies angles through footwork. An extra half step wider, a shoulder dip, a pivot off the back foot. Each minor adjustment compounds into real separation by the time he's ready to shoot. His shot charts back it up as well. An 8% boost in shooting percentage when he tweaks his angles versus running in straight lines. It's not about speed, people. It's about the shape of space. Then there's Curry's signature move, the screen stutter. He races towards the pick, hesitates just a beat, then bursts past just as the defender bites on the fake. One hesitation, one freeze frame, one wide open three. And slow motion analysis shows it only takes 0.4 seconds of delay to make it happen. Pulling all of this off requires more than just skill. It demands elite biomechanics, core strength, low center of gravity, and control. These shooters use shorter, sharper steps to stay balanced and adjust on a dime. But the real nightmare is for defenders. These moves don't just happen in isolation, they happen in sequence. And the more techniques these players chain together, the more exhausted and exposed the defense becomes. What looks like improvisation is actually carefully crafted deception backed by neuroscience. Much like a magician's sleight of hand, Curry, Lillard, and Booker manipulate the same visual cues defenders are trained to trust. From the shoulders, hips, and eyes, it's all bait. And the moment defenders react, it's already too late. Steph Curry isn't just a shooter, he's chaos in motion. Look at Curry, man. His games unfold like a quantum puzzle. At any moment, he could just flare out to the corner, cut to the rim, or stop on a dime for a three. Every off-ball possession is a blur of 2 to 3 direction changes, each one forcing defenders to guess. But by the time they react, he's already gone, and the shot's already in the air. Lillard is the master of momentum theft. He reads your commitment, then turns it against you. Coming off screens, he doesn't avoid contact either. He invites it. That signature hip attack lets him bump, lean, and then separate, forcing defenders to recover while he's already pulling up. He doesn't just shoot through pressure, he creates it. And with 1.8 fouls drawn per game on deep shots, defenders don't just fear his range, they fear reaching. Devin Booker plays like a surgeon with a compass. His system isn't built on power and unpredictability, it's geometry. Every pivot, every jab step, every angle is calculated to open just enough daylight. He doesn't need wide open looks, he needs inches. And somehow he still buries 47% of his mid-range shots, even when contested. While others force space, Booker crafts it. Defending them isn't just hard, it's different every time. Curry demands non-stop switching and tracking. Lillard dares defenders to absorb contact without fouling. Booker forces you to play perfect angles with no margin for error. These styles are so unique, just as unique as their skill sets. Curry's agility, Lillard's power, Booker's precision. There's no blueprint, only chaos, collisions, and cold-blooded execution. The gap between pros and amateurs isn't just a vertical leap or speed, it's vision. While most rec players obsess over their form and follow-through, elite players focus on the hidden game, movement, timing, and misdirection. That's why even the most athletic amateurs still struggle to get clean looks. They're playing checkers while the pros are playing pure chess. Most defenders at the park react to the ball, not you. Picture this. Instead of drifting, you're cutting into space, curling off your buddy's screen, forcing your defender to make choices. You don't need Curry's speed, just his mindset. Start with simple drills. Relocate after every pass, practice cutting with intent, and learn how to make your defender uncomfortable without the ball. And Lillard's game isn't just for the pros. It's built for the parks too. Most rec defenders overcommit. They lunge, they chase, they bite. Next time you're driving, hesitate. Just for a second. Let them fly by. That moment of pause, that's your shot. Train it. Hesitation moves, quick shifts, change of pace. You'll go from hunted to hunter real fast. You don't need speed to score. You need space. Booker's footwork proves that. Watch your defender's stance. Shift your feet, drop your shoulder, fake the drive. Most park defenders will sag back in the mid-range. That's your green light. Work on your pivot, your step back, your shot off the fake. When you control the angle, you control the outcome. Don't just practice moves. Practice sequences. Set a screen. Cut hard, then relocate to the wing for the catch. Stack your movements like layers in a play. That's how muscle memory is built. And don't sleep on the mental game either. Add pressure. Call out plays while dribbling. Count backwards while shooting. Simulate chaos. The faster your brain processes, the cleaner your game becomes. Once you understand these principles, the game slows down and opens up. Suddenly, you're not chasing buckets, you're creating them. Replace random runs with sharp cuts. Trade habits for intention. And don't just play harder, play smarter. That's how the amateurs start looking like pros. On the court, every second counts, and your mind is your deadliest weapon. What looks like raw talent from Curry, Lillard, and Booker is really just science in motion. Psychology, biomechanics, and split-second decision-making executed at full speed. Mental fatigue alone can drop shooting accuracy by over 10%, and that's without defenders chasing you. That's why these players train their minds just as hard as they do their bodies. They relocate with purpose. They deceive with angles. They manipulate time. So next time you step onto the court, try one of their tricks. Fake with your eyes, pause before the cut, move with intention. Because once you start thinking like a scorer, the defense won't know what hit them. This is our first breakdown like this. And if it brought you value, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Want more shooters, more defense, more film study? You tell us where to go next, and we'll break it down. It's been Bounce It, I'm a Bounce.